Shout out to Cook Talks.
Shout out to Cook Talks.
Shout out Cook Talks, man.
Hey yo, it is Carso, and today is kind of a update video podcast. I'm also on YouTube right now. Finally get to actually use my intro that I had K Insecure make. Hopefully you guys can hear the music in the background just a tad. I moved into my new apartment, San Diego State, and I kind of just want to talk to you guys about where I'm at, what I'm doing, and what's the future of this podcast platform. I just moved in 2-3 days ago. Finally have my room set up. I'm hopefully getting a flag that'll be right here behind me that says Cook Talks with my logo. If you haven't seen my new logo, I love it. It's basic, but it gets the point across. Just what I've been doing recently. I moved in, like I was saying, kind of exploring San Diego State, because before even a couple of days ago, I'd only been here twice the entire time. So it's definitely been experience. Luckily, my roommates, Adam, Sam, and Aiden, have been super chill, which is great. They know everybody, and it makes that easy to meet a lot of people. The only tough part about that is actually making good connections with those people, because it's like, oh, I'm Aiden, Adam, and Sam's friend. It's not like, oh, you're Carson Cook, like you're a cool dude. All their friends are super nice though. So getting to explore the people in this building that they know. I went to my first frat party. That was pretty cool. Definitely an experience. I don't know what type of experience, but it's an experience. So, I've just been doing all that. My room is set up. We still have to get some decorations on the wall. That's really the only thing that's been missing. And so far, I start school Monday, and I'm excited. Like, I hopefully can make some friends while I am on campus, because I feel like it'll be a lot more natural when that happens. Let me know if you guys like this setup, because it's pretty easy going. I can always say to the balcony, it'll be a little louder, but with this microphone, it should be pretty easy. It's definitely different than Sacramento, whether it's the girls, the people, like everybody's just super normal, nice. And I haven't had any issues so far, besides just making genuine connections. But that'll come. As for the podcast, I'm already 3 minutes in. I can talk all day about this. I kind of want to have random people on and just talk about their experience. Maybe I'll have some of my roommates come on and we can just talk. I probably should get another mic, but pretty excited. Now on to more of the sports side of this podcast. I am applying to be a team manager for the San Diego State women's basketball team, because the men's basketball team is so good that they don't have any roles to fill. And I figured the next best thing is either baseball, which was an option as they are looking for a team manager. But I really love basketball, and whether it's men's basketball or women's basketball, any experience is good experience. I'm excited. I really want to learn the behind the scenes of college basketball, whether I become a sports analyst, a coach, something like that. I'm just looking forward to growing as a person and continuing to use social media as a way to, make more connections. I have this great idea, and I don't know how I'm gonna pull it off, but I think it'd be I think it could go viral. And it's basically, don't take my ideas, y'all. I'm gonna be pissed if I see this on YouTube in a couple weeks. But I would go onto my college campus, San Diego State, and do college kids know basketball. And I had this trivia game up top above me, and it's pretty lit because it just has regular basketball questions. But I'll be like, hey, if you answer this question right, here's $1. And I want to see if people can get these questions right. And I realistically think that could be posted on the House of Highlights. Do college kids know common basketball trivia? Tell me that wouldn't be a good video. I can make a short TikTok with it, and I can make a full YouTube video. It can be a 5-minute YouTube video, depending on how well I do it. But I definitely think I should probably do that. I still got to figure out the behind the scenes, like how to get a microphone to work. I've never used a microphone, like a wireless one. So I probably need to invest in myself a little more than I do now. Like I bought a expensive vlog camera, and that's the first purchase I've made for myself, trying to build my brand better. Otherwise, it's been my parents helping me, or I just have been too afraid to pull the trigger. Now, I said I was going to get onto the podcast, but I'm actually going to get onto it. You know, the podcast has come. It's been through multiple different stages already. It started off with 3 people. One of those people dropped out, so we ended up being 2, and then it went back to 3, and then it went to 2, me and Jesh, and now it's just me. You know, I'd love to find someone who could talk basketball. Like, I really thank my friends for being on there, because I know they won't listen to this. So shout out, shout out Jess and Julian, because I know they didn't want to do it, but I'm sure they did it for me. And it was a great learning experience. It was an experience. So I definitely want to try to find someone within these next couple months that will do a podcast with me. I know it'll be super hard to find because not as many people are into sports like I am. So for now, Stuck in a Dream has become Stuck in a Dream, the Sacramento Kings podcast, where I talk about the Kings throughout the season, what they need to do, my thoughts, and when I get pissed, my reaction to the Sacramento Kings. Hopefully, I can still watch games through Hulu here down in San Diego, but I think making it a Sacramento King podcast will make it a lot better, because it won't be me just kind of doing some research. I know my Sacramento Kings. I can name all the players on the lineup right now in the roster. I could talk about my favorite moments as a Kings fan and a lot of the bad moments. I think making this a Kings podcast will just grow it even more, because there's a small group that are really Kings fans. And when they are really Kings fans, they are seriously some diehard fans. Sacramento Kings have some of the best fans in the NBA, but we just don't get noticed because we suck. And I haven't heard of a Sacramento Kings podcast besides the Kings Herald, and I don't know anyone that listens to them. So hopefully I can get some people back in Sac who will rock with the podcast. Stuck in a Dream, the Sacramento Kings podcast. Just, I like the name of it. But for now, maybe I get some people on to the podcast, figure out how to mix it all, because I only have one microphone right now. But this mic wasn't too expensive, so it's not a bad idea to just invest in another one. I think that's almost it. If you guys can hear the music behind me, let me know. And if you'd like that, let me know, because it just makes the vibe better for me. But I think that's it. Maybe I'll keep you updated about what I'm doing down here. Definitely an experience, learning, having fun, chilling, learning what I want to do, meeting new people. So if you want to see what I've been doing on the daily, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Carso. This on Cook Talks. Make sure to subscribe, like the podcast, follow the podcast, download it, leave us a 5-star. Leave me a 5-star rating, please, and I'll greatly appreciate it. Comment down below what you want to see in the future. Peace.